Yes, yeah, Hendrik, I don't think it was a great start. The 7 points, you give 7 points in the first 3, 4 minutes. That's not a great start, but I think a better first half. Definitely, I think you're right there. Yeah, I think the frustration was, apart from that 7 pointer, then the line-out overthrow. It's 14 points against a Wallaby team that was maybe wounded, and we could have put them away this game if we didn't play stupid rugby at stages. But then they grinded back, and we had to chase down 14 points. And then the second half, I think the pressure got to a few guys, and yeah, they will have to learn to handle that. And I include myself in that, not just the players. So yeah, a terrible second half, especially trying to get out of our own half, was a problem.
So what went wrong with that lineup?
Oh, we'll just check it after, obviously, tomorrow. But I think it's just miscommunication. But we'll check. They wouldn't really, can't pinpoint it now.
What did you think of the double knock-on call in the game?
Double knock-on, the TMO thought it was a double knock-on. To be honest with you, I can't say it was wrong, because I was looking also at it and I wasn't sure. So, if it was a double knock-on, then it is what it is. If it wasn't, then we bad luck. So I really couldn't see on that slow motion exactly what happened there. But as I say, if it was, it was. If it wasn't, then we were bad luck.
Coach, focus now goes to next weekend against the All Blacks. Same thing that you say. Our chances there.
Yeah, the focus is on the All Blacks, but the focus is more on ourselves in terms of, in some things we're getting really better. I thought our mauling was great today, but in other things sometimes we're getting worse, and for me that's a frustrating thing. I as a coach has to take not just the responsibility for also consequences. I must also take the consequences for that, So we have to improve week by week in all areas. We can't go up and down in certain areas. So if it's Argentina, I actually thought we played much better than Argentina this specific games, because Australia is a tough team away from home. Last week we played stupid rugby. This week I thought we played well at stages. New Zealand's the best in the world. Yes, it's daunting. They smash everybody. They give everybody 40, 50 points. So I know we're totally the underdogs. For me, the thing is I just want us to get better. And I felt at stages in this game we didn't get better, So we spoke about this. We'll have a hard look at ourselves, and whatever we have to do to rectify it, we'll do.
I guess at 15-7 you had a good formula where you're getting results. Line-outs, you got 5 line-out forwards, driving, and then you sort of went away from it. Like, was the direction given out there? Was that Australia taking away from you, or was that you guys taking away from yourselves?
Yeah, I think errors, my friend. I think it's, you lose a line-out overthrow and then a knock-on in the midfield. It was this. And as I say to you, I can't say to you it was one specific area, because then it was a loose pass and then it was a kick. Then was a knock-on from up and under. So that's the frustrating thing. If I can pinpoint it to you right now as I'm sitting here and saying that was a specific problem, it would have been a little bit easier. But I guess the review tomorrow on the road will tell us a lot. So to be honest with you, it was just mistake after mistake in different areas of the game.
How much spirit do you see in this Box team through your England series and now the start of the Rugby Championship that gives you huge confidence for the big improvements?
Yeah, look, we've got a country that's ruthless in terms of results, so there was spirit. And again, the last few minutes of all of those mistakes we made, we could have won this game. And people don't want to hear that. And I'm the first one to say don't take positives out of losses, because we didn't win the match. But I must credit them for trying here at the end, but then we also have to look at ourselves for the execution at the end. It doesn't help we get there and we fight back and then we don't execute. And there I again include myself. So yeah, it was spirit, but I tell you what, if you're a South African fan or coach, it's not good enough.
Coach, Barante's substitution was a mistake, and also L10 gives you a nice headache going to Wellington.
Yeah, but Bongi was just he hasn't played a lot, and you could see he was struggling. And you can ask the guys, the dealers, boys, listen, everybody plays as long as he can, and if you see he's struggling, we put the sub on. So Bongi was one of those things. I've substituted the captain a few times, even during the June Test matches, because we tell you empty the tank, we see how far you go. and we put the guy on the bench on, and he tried to finish it. So, yeah, it was definitely not for the overthrow, because I think that was more combination between Sia and the guys. It was definitely not just Bongi's fault there. The other question was Elton yes, I thought Elton did brilliant things at time. He kicked really well at poles, and, you know, small thing, that little grubber into the in-goal area could have been a try if it was a little bit shorter, but then when it isn't, it's a terrible mistake, you know. So, now we have to find the right combinations, and I guess the challenge for us is find it quick enough, you know, or get fired. One of those two, you know. If you don't find it quick enough, you're out of here. If we find it and we start winning and we get the right combinations, great for the nation. If we don't, we know what the consequences will be.
Rassie, would you say the Boks are still uncomfortable in these wet playing conditions?
We are, Hendrik, without a doubt, and we are still, again, Mapimpi got again a knee injury. It's our Pee-wee second game against big guys like this away from home in a test match jersey. A lot of guys are getting experience and are sometimes struggling with the big match situations. But, you know, again, that was the team we selected as the Springbok team today. If it was raining or dry as we should have played the game better than we did today.
At least you would have been quite happy with your defence, because you didn't concede any tries during the strong domination of the Australians.
Sir, I don't know your name, but that's a frustrating thing. The 2 tries we conceded was an overthrow from a line out and just a missed tackle by someone in midfield. Apart from that, it was such solid defence where we were leaking tries previously. So I guess that's a frustrating thing, what I'm trying to say. If I can tell you, listen, it was a defensive problem, but I don't think it was. It was 2 or 3 lapses in defence, and there was some brilliant defence on the try line, you know, and then we struggled to exit. So, yeah, it's a bit frustrating to pinpoint it at this time.
Skipper, I know South Africans can be hard to please. As a leader, are you feeling the pressure somehow?
No, obviously, I know, like Coach said, South Africa is obviously it's a proud rugby nation, and obviously we proud ourselves on the results, and it's tough, you know, and we don't expect them to treat us differently, but we know what we have to do. We have to obviously go and work tomorrow and look where we must come right, but we know we want the result as well. We want to get better every week, but yeah, we are a result-driven nation, so the people will be hurting at home, and we are also hurting as well.
Rassie, how do you turn things around forward?
I actually think it's much easier to go and play against the All Blacks, not because they're an easy team. I think you're just so much the underdogs by far that people don't expect you to get into the mix at all. I think it's just an easier game to go and prepare. Where here, you know, the Wallabies, Michael and his team was back to the walls. It looked terrible, the All Black results, but we know how well they played up until half-time, the first 2 games against the All Blacks, and 1 or 2 referee decisions I felt for them in those New Zealand games. They could have, although it was big results, I thought the momentum really swung against them, 1 or 2 calls against them. So it's sometimes easier to go there and prepare for a team like New Zealand. I think if you ask Michael Chaka, he will tell you the same. So I really believe this team as the potential, but at this stage maybe not the experience to pull through matches in crunch situations like this one. And last week also in Argentina when we had the opportunities in the last few minutes. But, you know, we'll keep our mouth shut now and get onto that plane and go and do our best in New Zealand.